Hey everybody, it's Savannah Taylor, the Gardenista, your kitchen garden coach. Welcome back to my classroom. And y'all, the sun is out, and so my sun hat is out, so I gotta be comfortable. And listen, speaking of comfort, I'm also sitting on my garden bench. These are available in my Amazon store. You guys, it's important to be comfortable in the garden. You know, gardening is supposed to be enjoyable and relaxing. So if you're in pain or you're experiencing, strain or whatever, get yourself one of these, because what else you can do with it, it also flips over so that if you need to kneel in the garden and do some work like that, it also provides a cushion and support. These things are wonderful. I've had this for years. They're very durable. So I highly advise. You ain't got to be 55 like me to get you a gardening bench, child. Just be comfortable, okay? So let's get to these bell peppers. Now, I have here some beautiful bell peppers coming up. These, I think I planted these a little over a month ago, but if you want some bell peppers this season, it's not too late. You still have time to plant bell peppers. Bell peppers take anywhere from 60 to 90 days to fruit. 60 to 90 days, I say, because now these are going to be the 90-day variety, because these are going to be the big bell peppers, the big bells. But if you're trying to do something like jalapenos, habaneros, and things like that, those will probably take a little less time. But the good news is, regardless, you still have time to plant. I'm going to have these probably around July. These will be here in time for July, so there'll still be plenty of summertime left to have some there. So it's not too late, okay? Now, I have bell peppers, you guys. I know some of you say you're visual learners and you need to see me put the plant in the dirt and tap it down, whatever. But let me tell you something, y'all. Bell peppers are so easy. I literally, I tried to do a row. I wanted to have some nice, pretty rows, but my kids were out here helping me, so it kind of turned into a conglomerate over here. But you know what? They're going to be fine. You don't have to be Instagram perfect to grow anything. And y'all know, y'all see stuff in my garden. It is what it is, okay? But I say that because if you just cut open a bell pepper, and I've done this many times. I've literally cut open a bell pepper for dinner, and I've come out and just thrown them out here, threw some dirt over them, not too much. You want to put, maybe an inch, half an inch of dirt over them, tap them down and water them, and they're just fine, okay? Now, they do require full sun. So if you have a shaded part of your patio, porch, or whatever, you're going to need a sunny area. Now, that said, those of you who know me, I'm passionate about those of you who don't have a lot of space. And this, as you can see, I have a big backyard here, but this is just a small portion. I want to say the length of it is maybe 3 yards, okay? 3 yards and maybe a yard and a half the other way. So you don't need a lot of space. I have grown bell peppers in grow bags. You can check out that video. I'll put a link down below. I have not tried growing bell peppers in the green stock, but I don't see why not. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to do that. It can handle it. But my bell peppers that I grew in my grow bag, those things were absolutely gorgeous. And again, I had about 7 bell pepper plants growing in a 20-gallon grow bag. And here's the other great thing. Bell pepper plants last anywhere from like 5 to 6 years. Yeah. So not only do you get continuous, you clip them, you come out probably in the next couple weeks or so, they just keep booming, booming, booming. Okay. You can get a whole lot of bell peppers in a growing season. So like I said, I had 7 bell pepper plants in one 20-gallon grow bag. And that just served us all summer long. I didn't have to buy bell peppers at all. Now, once the cold temperatures come in, you do need to overwinter it, and you do need to take it out of the cold. Okay. Otherwise, what'll happen is the next season you might get some weird looking bell peppers because they caught a little disease or something. Okay. You don't have to panic. Okay. All you need to do, you can do one of a few things. when the frost comes, you can cover your bell pepper plant with a plant cover that protects it from frost. Okay, you can cover it and, you know, tie it down. It doesn't have to be all extra fancy and perfect. Or you can put it in a shed. You can put it in your garage. You can also put it in a greenhouse. Now, greenhouses are not, I'm not talking about those elaborate things you see in other Instagram stuff. I'm talking about, you can get you a little $30 greenhouse to keep outside that will trap the heat, and you can just put all of your perennials and things like bell pepper plants, which are perennials. Okay, you can keep them in there until the frost passes just fine. And again, I've used these little portable greenhouses all the time. Like I said, they're about $30, $35. Is nothing to break the bank, but man, do you get a lot of bang for your buck. So now, since I'm not going to be able to move these bell peppers, I'm more than likely just going to cover them with a plant cover if we get some frost, because I'm here in California, we don't really get frost like that. So just to be on the safe side, when the temperatures do drop in the winter time, I'll probably just throw a frost cover over them, and, you know, put some spikes in the ground to kind of hold it down. No fuss at all. No fuss at all. And then once the cold weather passes, take the cover off, and voila, we're back in business. Okay. Now, that said, if you do have a small growing space and you want to grow bell peppers, keep in mind that they're going to occupy that residence for 5 to 6 years. Okay, it would be a horrible thing to uproot healthy bell pepper plants. So you're not going to want to do that. So be sure that if that's where you want something occupying space for the next 5 to 6 years, just be sure. Now, the way around that, of course, goes back to my grow bag tutorial, which again, I will put a link down below, because with a grow bag, you can move that sucker anywhere you want to. They come, I think, like 5, 7 in a pack. They're reusable. Just awesome, awesome, awesome. Y'all know, if you've watched me long enough, I will sing the praises of grow bag to anybody who listens for as long as they listen. So yes, and I will be doing a lot more tutorials with regards to what you can do in the grow bag. But for now, back to these bell peppers. A lot of you see them, you know, when they're green, and you wonder, well, do I need to buy, if I want red bell peppers and the orange ones and the other colors, do I need to buy those specific peppers to get that color? No, you don't. Here's how you get those other colors. You leave them there. So when the bell peppers first come in, they're going to be green. However, if you leave them on there maybe another 2, 3 weeks or so, you're going to see them turn different colors. And it is so awesome to see them do that in the fall, you guys. It really, really does something to my soul to come out and see all those beautiful fall colors on my bell pepper plant. And again, once you start harvesting, they will keep producing for several weeks throughout the season. The red, the green, the yellow, the orange, just absolutely magnificent. Now, some of you, lastly, I just want to point this out. Some of you may have wondered, what are those orange things in the middle of the garden? Well, those are my Oyas. And I did do a video on this where I showed you I have Oya spikes in my raised planter. But just really quickly, this is going to save me a ton of time in the garden, especially with the summer heat coming on. Oyas are an ancient watering system. Now, for those of you who don't have a big budget, or you don't have the know-how to put in an elaborate watering system, this is going to be your best friend. And you're going to be really glad you watched this video, because Oyas are just simply terracotta material, terracotta pots. You know how they always say you shouldn't plant plants in a terracotta pot because it'll dry out, it's dehydrating? Well, that's because terracotta leaches out water. Well, we put them in the ground and fill them with water, and they keep that whole area watered and hydrated. It's just brilliant. And as you can see, there's still some water still left in these. Guess when's the last time I put water in those? Last week. Yeah, absolutely, last week. Now, Just ignore the tape that you see over the lids. I kind of had a little oopsie when I came back from the hardware store where I bought them and the lids fell out. I had to glue them back together. Long story, I really don't want to go into it. But terracotta is super low maintenance, you guys. I glued them back together. I just put tape over it just to hold it while it was drying. But the pots are okay, thank God. The pots were okay. But yes, I did get the large terracotta pots, and you just dig a hole, put the pot in there, fill it with water, cover it with the lid, done. And that whole section will stay well watered for days. And I'm telling you, if you've ever had to do watering in the hot summer months, coming out here every day and you trying to go on vacation and you can't find somebody, can you check on my garden? I'll throw you a couple bones. Listen, this will eliminate that. And even if you do still need to have somebody come in and water your garden, all they got to do is fill the pots up. Okay. So again, I will put a link down below to that video. Oyas, just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And again, I did use Oya spikes in my raised bed because, they do take up quite a bit of room. The roots, if you ever pull it up out, the roots love Oyas because they're looking for the water. They're looking for the water underneath. So this is just, like I said, just check out the video. I'm not going to go all into it. I probably have already gone a little bit into it. But yes, I will have a link down below. So that's all I have for you all today. If you have any questions, I am here. And I promise you, as I always say, if you feel you have a dumb questions, especially about bell peppers, okay, because I'm pretty sure some of you might have some other questions. Listen, there's no dumb question. If you had that question, I guarantee you someone else had the same question. So I'm usually really great about getting back to you guys. And until the next time when we grow something else, I'll see you then. All right, bye.